The episode begins exactly where the previous episode ended. Gabimaru has Aza tightly restrained and is about to burn him alive using his fire ninjutsu. At that moment, Aza remembers his younger brother, Toma, and says that Toma is the only thing he has left. Driven by that thought, Aza transforms into a monstrous form powered by Tao. This new form allows him to regenerate, making him extremely dangerous. After the opening sequence, the fight resumes. Aza attacks Gabimaru using long tentacles, repeatedly striking him. Gabimaru counters by releasing a powerful fire-based attack, creating a fire tornado that engulfs Aza. Aza blocks the attack and immediately strikes back, continuing to overwhelm Gabimaru. The surrounding fighters watch in shock as the battle escalates. Suddenly, Aza becomes confused. He senses something strange and asks where he is, saying the area feels unnaturally dark. He realizes he can no longer properly see Gabimaru. Gabimaru appears to him as if standing within a dark, swirling space that Aza cannot understand. This only enrages Aza further. He declares that Gabimaru is irritating him and launches another furious attack, vowing to kill him. Tamiya observes the battle and notices that Aza's body is starting to resemble ash. He questions why Gabimaru is not using Tao, the same power that Aza is using. Mei explains that Gabimaru cannot use Tao properly because he has forgotten how. Aza's Tao is far stronger, and at this rate, Gabimaru cannot win. Gabimaru realizes this himself. He thinks that if he dies, another executioner will simply replace him. Because of that, he decides that before dying, he must remove as many obstacles as possible. Killing Aza becomes more important to him than his own life. As Gabimaru prepares to use his ascetic flame technique again, a shadow stops him. The shadow resembles his wife, though Gabimaru does not recognize her because his memories are damaged. Despite this, Gabimaru forces himself forward. Tamiya panics, realizing Gabimaru is about to kill himself at this pace. Fuchi comments that perhaps Gabimaru is fighting for freedom. However, both Gabimaru and Aza have lost sight of their true purpose and are blindly continuing the fight. Toma watches in confusion and pain, wondering why his brother is doing all this and what purpose it serves. He begins to cry, questioning whether Aza is fighting only for him. Meanwhile, Aza has become almost completely blind, consumed by darkness, unable to understand where he is or what he is doing. Toma rushes towards Aza, but one of Aza's tentacles strikes him. Aza realizes too late that the person in front of him is his brother. As Aza prepares to strike, Toma apologizes and says that he thought they were fighting together. He admits that Aza has always fought alone because Toma himself was weak. He tells Aza to wake up and remember that while Toma is only a part of him, Aza is everything to him. At that moment, Gabimaru sees an opening and prepares to burn both Aza and Toma. Mei and Tamiya rush to stop him, knowing that Gabimaru no longer has Tao inside him and will die if he continues. Mei activates her ability, causing the ground to collapse. Aza falls into the pit, while Toma remains above. As Aza falls, he tells Toma to wait for him. Mei collapses unconscious from using her ability. Fuchi restrains the monster, intending to study it. When Mei awakens later, everyone is shocked to see that she has rapidly grown into a teenager. No one understands how or why this happened. The scene shifts to Sagiri, who is holding the severed head of Hoko while standing with the others. Strange sounds echo throughout the area, making everyone uneasy. Yuzuriha comments that the island is full of mysteries and questions who created it and for what purpose. Hoko reflects internally, realizing that the island is an artificial experimental site designed for life itself. He senses that something is deeply wrong. Humans killing the Tensen are changing the island, and he wonders if he can remain the same because of it. The scene changes back to Gabimaru's group. Fuchi has restrained Toma and Adoshi. Mei, now grown, is wrapped in Tamiya's clothes. Tamiya carries the unconscious Gabimaru. The two groups reunite, and confusion fills the air as everyone tries to understand what is happening. Hoko thanks the group for allowing him to meet Mei again and asks about the monsters. Tamiya says they defeated them and captured Adoshi. Fuchi is confused because Hoko is only a head, yet can still speak. Hoko realizes that these humans have done the impossible by killing a Tensen and believes they might change the entire island. Later, Fuchi stands at Senta's grave, remembering him and quietly crying. The surviving group is shown together as Shion analyzes the situation. Out of many participants, only 8 remain after just 3 days. Sagiri insists they cannot move yet because Gabimaru Gabimaru and Mei are both unable to walk. She hugs Mei, shocked by how much she has changed. Shion reflects on how horrifying it is that so many have died in such a short time. Tamiya points out that they were never allies to begin with and accuses Toma of being dangerous. He suggests killing him, but Sagiri stops him, saying she cannot watch anyone die unless necessary. Tamiya is surprised by her resolve. Yuzuriha reminds everyone that Gabimaru is dying. Shion explains that Gabimaru has overused Tao and could die at any moment. Fuchi says he has treated the wounds, but the damage might be to Gabimaru's core, not just his body. Suddenly, Gabimaru stands up. He feels weak and confused, surrounded by unfamiliar faces. He says he is fine and just needs rest. Sagiri asks him who he is. Gabimaru answers that he is Gabimaru the Hollow. Thinking Gabimaru might attack, Shion and Huchi strike first, but Sagiri stops them. She realizes Gabimaru's Tao has become unstable, damaging his memories and soul. Shion confirms that Gabimaru's soul is badly deteriorated. Sagiri approaches him and explains that he has lost his memories, but Tao can heal him. She tells him she is not his enemy. As she speaks, she remembers their past together. She insists that she is her friend and asks him to trust her. Gabimaru feels empty, but notices his strength slowly returning as Sagiri touches him. Mei observes that Sagiri is circulating Tao through Gabimaru's body to heal him. Shion realizes that their Tao resonates with each other. Sagiri tells Gabimaru that to fully recover, they must work together. She asks if there is someone she wants to see again. Gabimaru begins to remember fragments of his wife. The scene cuts away. Aza is shown surviving the fall and regenerating. He realizes Tao consumed him and that he lost his sanity. Despite how dangerous it is, he becomes excited, believing that once he masters this power, no one will be able to stop him. He then notices multiple monsters approaching and prepares to fight them to practice using Tao. The scene returns to the group resting inside a cave. They discuss the danger of the Tensen. Gabimaru remembers fighting near the gate, confirming his memories are slowly returning. Gabimaru apologizes for his earlier actions. He explains that his goal remains the same, obtaining the Elixir of Life so he can return and live peacefully with his wife. Yuzuriha questions whether his wife is even real and suggests it might be all an illusion. Gabimaru responds by describing his wife in vivid detail, her voice, scent, smile, and presence. He says her name is Yu and insists she is real. Escaping the island and seeing her again is his true goal. Tamiya accepts Gabimaru, saying he likes him and was planning to kill monsters anyway. Shion explains that Gabimaru's greatest weakness is also his greatest strength. The final scene returns to Aza, who has defeated the monsters. A powerful figure appears behind him. Lord Tensen, Rien. Rien asks Aza if he is the one who killed Mudon.